watch it, what I am about to do. I'm conversating to the folks who have no whatsoever clue. So listen very carefully as I break it down.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. It's time for the rants. It's time for the closings. We about to end the show. Brother man is excited because we got the lady about to do it first. Miss Tony, what you got?
First off, I want to thank you guys for having me again. Always a pleasure being here. I came in a kind of ugly mood, but feeling much better. Thanks, Carlton, for the cake. It was fantastic. Big Rube, thanks for the gummy bears. I don't really have a rant. I just want to say, it's getting cold. Holidays are coming around. Just be mindful of people who are less fortunate than you. Donate clothes if you have coats. Children need clothes and canned goods. Just think of other people before yourself for the holidays. It's not all about spending money. Regardless of your religious beliefs. Thanksgiving, we celebrate Thanksgiving, that could be a whole nother show. But just think about somebody other than yourself. So that's it. Thanks. Have a great week.
Ain't no half stepping, Marcus J. That was your girl, Miss Tony. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining us. When you join us, you can listen to Miss Tony. She's going to join us on the second Monday of every single month. You can listen to her. She'll be here joining us with us, talk about whatever it is we got going on, and we appreciate it. We appreciate her coming. We appreciate her being here, and her contribution is definitely something that makes the show a lot better. We're going to move on. We're going to add to the rants and closings by giving you Carlton Banks a moment, because it's not unusual, my brother.
I just want to give a shout out to Thomas Jefferson. Yes, they won one game this year. They ended a 4-year losing streak. Please go out and support your high schools. Granted, this is a city school. There's not a lot of recruiting going along. There's not a lot of programs in the middle school and younger ages that support TJ. But guess what? I had a ball this past weekend. I worked at a concession stand. They raised a lot of money. They had a great turnout at the city stadium. And I want to say special shout out to Albert. Albert, you did a great job supporting the school this year. Thank you for all of what you've done. He's an alumni of TJ. It was good, great, excellent to see a football game being held at the city stadium, a stadium which we as people of the city of Richmond should use more often, that being Huguenot, John Marshall, Kennedy, Armstrong. Any city school should really use that stadium if you don't have a stadium, or even still just to develop a rivalry and a classic of some sort to be held in the city of Richmond. You have the Tomato Bowl out in Hanover. You have these other bowls in surrounding counties. But you know what? Richmond needs this. Support this Richmond City public school system. Very good, big shout out to April P. Hey, April. Thinking about you, this one especially for you. I know you got the little kids, not the bigger kids, but you know what? You still support the Richmond public schools. That's my little corner. Oh, special shout out to my Silver Jackals. We ended the season above 500. Yes, we don't keep score, Marcus, but we ended the season above 500. So that was a great thing for us, our kids. Thank you.
I mean, in all seriousness, I'm going to clown about the whole score thing, but at the end of the day, I think we all realize that it's about the kids and about them learning, camaraderie and learning about competitive nature and all that stuff. I still say that you need to keep score, and I also say that Ed Kid don't get no damn trophy. But, hey, look, I ain't in charge. If I was in charge, I'd do it my way. But you in charge, you do it your way. So it is what it is. It's time for the smash with Big Rube. Big Rube, you ready to smash your man?
I guess a couple things before I start. I'm retiring this my smash song. I'm coming with something new next week. Number two, I almost didn't have a rant today because I'm on vacation. So I'm gonna give you one because I meant to talk about this last week, but with all this election stuff going on, So you get a treat today. You get a smash on vacation. So here it goes. It's real funny that Tony talked about giving to people who don't have it and stuff like that, and I am a true believer that you should give to people who need it, deserve it, that sort of thing. Also, I feel like you should give to people who work for it. I am super pissed right now because about a month ago, the county of Henrico basically said you can't be in the medians because somebody might hit you. They made it a law. So the panhandlers can't be there panhandling. So, of all the greatness of things that's going on, we have one guy who says that's against my First and 13th Amendment. And I'm just like, hold on. This dude is suing the county of Henrico for his right to panhandle in Henrico County. Okay. Now, I'm a fan of people working for stuff. Get a job. You're older. I'm sorry with the situation that you're in, but Walmart loves people over the age of 50. If you're over the age of 50 and you have to panhandle, go to Walmart. There are programs for that. For a person to sue the county in order to sit and beg for money in the middle of one of the biggest intersections in the county of Henrico is ludicrous. If you don't understand that, it's stupid. And third, it makes no damn sense. And they went as further to have an article with this dude, and he's like, the money I get from panhandling pays for the room I rent every month, $385. Hold on. So you telling me $385 pays for the room that you rent? Now, not being that guy, but if you got a job, make a minimum wage, and you worked, you would make more than $385 for your rent. We have public transportation. There are programs to help you, that sort of thing. I'm not trying to hate on panhandlers. I'm just saying that there are so many programs out here for people who need help. And for you to choose not to get help, and then on top of that, you want to vote in the election? I'm a little upset. I was upset with like those people who said, I don't want to look for a job. What? You need money, you don't want to look for a job. Okay, I'm pretty much done with you. That's just my personal opinion. That's my smash. Hate me, hate Big Roo if you want. That's what I believe in. I'm independent, and I believe in a whole bunch of other stuff too, such as dogs and cats should never cross the street together. I'm out.
It's Big Roo, and it's the smash. I want to go ahead and take this moment to go ahead and thank everybody. Big Rube, I want to give a special thank you to him, who he's on vacation this week. He been acting real stank for the whole night, but we love him, so we're going to still give him thanks. We're going to give him thanks first, because he's on vacation and he liable to run the hell up out of here. Yep. So we're going to go ahead and give him his thanks first. But in all seriousness, he helps me produce the show, and I want to definitely make sure that I give him his love. Carlton Banks is my phone screener. Without him, I couldn't do it. He sits next to me when we do the show. He helps me keep my eye on the time. He helps me keep the show moving. He lets me know when things are going, slow and dragging and all that kind of stuff. So Carlton Banks is invaluable. Miss Tony's presence is always something that we welcome. Anytime she comes in, the show is better for her having been here. So it's good to see her. It's good to have her here. And I want to thank her for being here. I want to give a special shout out to everybody that listens. Special shout out to my girl Sue. Once again, I see you listening. Thank you so much for being down with us. My little sister Ned is listening. Thank you so much. It was good to see you this weekend. Love you, girl. And give my niece a big old hug, even though she don't like me. I want to give her a special. Yeah, she can't. She can't.
Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah, my niece can't stand it. I want to give a special shout out to every single person who's listening to Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J right now. You're listening to us on MixLR, or if you're listening to us on globalscaleradio.net, it's because of y'all that we are what, Big Rube? We are what, Big Rube? We are what, Big Rube?
Hold on, turn my mic back on.
Damn
the
it.
highest rated show on Global Scale Radio. I'm on vacation,
All
man.
right, well, damn it. That's why I came to you. We're going to put you to work.
Thanksgiving.
We are the highest rated show on globalscaleradio.net. So I want to go ahead and thank everybody for listening. And once again, this is Marcus J. We ain't no half stepping. And I'm going to go ahead and end the show with my moment. And I'm going to just kind of start off by letting y'all know, for real, if you know me, you know I've always been a candid type of dude. When you see me, what you see is kind of what you get. Okay? I sometimes have a hard time with folks who ain't like that. But as I get older, I learn that people are who they are, so I kind of let them be. one thing that does kind of annoy me is when people say one thing in front of you and then they say something completely different when you ain't around. Those people, I have a hard time just letting be. This election cycle and the one 4 years ago have both been enlightening. It's allowed people to have direct and frank conversations about their beliefs, what they know, their positions on issues. You know, basically, I want to talk about what is germane to this piece: race relations. Real talk, people front when it comes to race relations. They say what they deem to be politically correct at the time, depending on their audience. You see it with folks using derogatory terms to describe other races when they feel comfortable with their own. You see it with folks whispering conversations about race when folks of different races are nearby. Black folks speaking firm and confident, but when they utter the phrase white folks, they whisper it as if they think it's some sort of slur, or they don't want to acknowledge people of a different race. We see it with middle-aged white folks apologizing to black people when they say black people, because, you know, African American is the way you're supposed to say it now. That's, you know, the whole politically correct thing. If you know me, you know I ain't scared to talk about race. I enjoy it because I believe we have more in common as a people than, you know, what separates us. So seriously, let's for a minute, let's have a real conversation about race. But more specifically, let's talk about racism. Many people feeling more and more comfortable expressing their hatred of differences, especially since the Obamas moved into the White House. Some say we're in a post-racial world. Some of us are. But sadly, many of us are not. I've seen everything from white folks posting on Twitter using the N-word to some of them outright hoping for the assassination of their very own president. Don't think y'all alright. We ain't no better, black folk. I see us posting Photoshop images of our own president in positions beneath his office, like the photo of the president with gold chains, holding stacks in both hands with gold fronts. You cannot get mad at white folks for disrespecting you when you clicking like on the photo of the president Photoshop on somebody else's body with the middle finger up with vulgar captions. And don't even get me started on our own use of the nasty N-word. Don't even get me started on that. Black people, my people, we got preachers telling their congregations not to go vote for either candidate because one's a Mormon and the other one supports gay marriage. So let me get this straight. You got religion and you got personal belief that kept people from registering their vote for either side. But with the black on black thing, just seemed to be something really insidious about telling folks to go fishing instead of going to vote. In a nation where blacks and their white brothers and sisters died just for our right to vote. They died. Okay? Someone asked me recently if I was voting for President Barack Hussein Obama because he was black. I said I ain't vote for Herman Cain. I wouldn't vote for no Clarence Thomas. They black. But honestly, in a land where we know black men get pulled over because we black, discriminated at work because we black, and intellectually marginalized because we black, what's the harm in voting for a man because he's black when we know that there's many people that voted against him? Why? Because he's black. White folk, white people, my white brothers and sisters, some of y'all had some nooses and hanging chairs from trees and shirts that said put the white back in the White House. Folks questioning the president's intelligence and his birthplace and using code words like the old Negro slave words lazy, shiftless to describe the leader of the free world. But then they didn't want to be offended when we call them out for it. Racism. Calling out the offended for being offended by you. As Bill Clinton would say, it takes a lot of brass to get, call somebody out for doing what you did. I think there are some strong racist feelings on both sides, black and white. For those who are racially tolerant, it may be difficult, even painful to acknowledge, but Those who harbor feelings of superiority can become incensed by their feelings of entitlement, and to see those they deem as inferior ascend to high places, in this case as the President of the United States, it awakens the vitriolic side that lay dormant. Dormant suggests it was always there, and for some it always has. And also, real talk, they bark louder than those of us who see differences as a plus. The real irony is the poor is the new racism and slavery. And as soon as poor whites and poor blacks realize they got more in common than they do with their rich counterparts of the same race, only then can we continue, or in reality, begin healing. That's the Marcus's unrelated rant that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about tonight. It's the end of the show. We'll leave it there. I'm gonna leave it there real fired up. You ain't gonna hear my voice until next week, next Monday. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. Mondays, 7 and 9, globalscaleradio.net and on mixlr.com. Holla at your boy. In the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Those are the words of Bob Marley. I want to say peace to all the stars and all the squares. Ain't no half step with Marcus J. We back next week. Peace!